What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the City Light Project YouTube channel for yet another predictions video. That's right, we're going live again for the predictions video. So if there's anybody out there on their lunch break, if there's anybody else who also has Friday off, I'm just kidding, I don't even have Friday off, but I did want to sneak this in during the lunch hour here. It was fun doing it live with you guys last time. Basically, I'm going to go over every single fight on the card here. I will give my official prediction, and then I want to hear yours if you're joining live. If you're watching this after we have broadcasted it live, if you're watching this right before, or even a day before, since this is Friday, if you're watching this later today, after this aired live, comment in the live, or comment in the comments below. I'm so used to saying comment in the live chat, but yes, if you're here right now, comment in the live chat. Let me know your picks as we go through them all. But if you're rewatching this, getting your final bets, getting your final picks, getting your final parlays ready for the big card that is tomorrow, comment, join us in the comments below. I want to hear where you guys are at. All right, let's fade out this music again and get right into it. We're going to go through the entire card, guys. We'll give a little rundown on each of the fighters. I have my notes here, so I will provide a little bit of my thoughts on each of the matchups. But again, if you guys are in the live chat, please hit me up as we go. Let's start with Juliana Miller against Luana Santos here. Juliana Miller, winner of season 30 of The Ultimate Fighter, one of the most boring seasons. Yes, even more boring than this year, folks. Even more boring than this year. She's 3-2 as a pro. 3-2 in her last 5 fights. She lost her last fight, got absolutely destroyed by Veronica Miller there, which I thought she would put up a better fight. I guess not. What's up, Matt? It's good to see you, buddy. Good to see you, Matt. Thank you so much for joining. Just doing a little predictions video, a little live stream here. Usually I pre-record my predictions videos, or I have in the past. Then it would just take too long to turn over, and with minimal edits because the file's so big, I figured I might as well do it live here. And if there's anyone in the live chat who wants to chime in, then by all means, please do so. It's good to see you, Matt. Hope to see you this weekend for some UFC, or Tuesday for Contender Series again. But back to the rundown. Here we go. Again, keep the comments coming. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're doing Bellator later today, folks. Check out the schedule. Juliana Miller, she's the underdog here, as she should be. She's 27 years old. She's still young. She's very young in her pro MMA career as well. That's not to say that Luana Santos isn't young in her career as well. Look, women's MMA, it's tough. You know, you could look at a woman who's 4-fight win streak, absolutely dominating, and then just has an absolute stinker against a nobody in the next fight. We've seen this so many times. Now, I don't want to go as far as to say it's a coin flip every time, but when you put two young fighters like this going up against each other, one who's a little bit older, but who looked horrific in her last UFC performance against someone who's younger, again, hasn't beat that good competition either, but has a better record. I mean, I agree with the odds here. I think Santos should be the favorite. I just think she's overall a little bit better. I mean, Miller clearly didn't have the fight IQ ready to be a UFC fighter. That was evident in her last fight. Little to limited stand-up. Like I said, just less, I think, experience all around. I mean, Santos, she's Brazilian, so she was born with a couple stripes on her white belt. 3 submissions, 2 decisions. She's fought in LFA, 2-1 in LFA. Be a 3-0 and a 4-1 gal in her last outing. Also 2-0. Again, it's hard to even go like, it's hard to even gauge their records much. Just 3 wins on the amateur scene as well. Just because they're both so new to the sport on the pro side anyways. Again, Juliana Miller, a good jiu-jitsu practitioner. Sorry about this, folks. Tapology has been really, really tripping out the last few days. Their pop-ups are out of control, even with my pop-up blocker. So my apologies for that. Again, she got absolutely schooled by Veronica Hardy. Absolutely schooled. Despite her record, I don't think Broken Walker's that great at all. Again, a lot of grappling matches here. And then look at the other wins she has on her record. Nothing really special. She does have a ton of amateur fights as well. But, I mean, what's Gravedigger Jones' rule again? One of our members and friends here on the channel. If you don't know too much about either of the fighters, go for the Brazilian. In this case, I don't think Juliana Miller's that good. I don't think she has that great a fight IQ at this stage in her career. So, I mean, that's 2 boxes checked for the Brazilian. LFA, decent competition, looked better in her last pro fights, and she's pretty good at grappling too. So my pick is Luana Santos, I think, plus or minus 150. That's where the odds should be. Miller absolutely stinks. What's up, Rigo? Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, she was really bad. And you know what? It really exposed the rest of the fighters that she beat on The Ultimate Fighter that season, because they all bad. They all bad. I think there was one who was on the regional. Dude, what was it? It was like, I think it might have even been Lux, Activate A, who was in the chat there, was pointing it out. He's like, oh yeah, she was on The Ultimate Fighter. She was like 3-1. And Juliana beat her. So, I mean, like, I don't know. Thanks for joining, Rigo. It's good to see you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, generally I've like pre-recorded prediction videos and like spent way too much time editing them when it really didn't matter. So I'm just doing them live, and you guys can skip, the chatter between the picks here. Rigo, it's good to see you. Thanks for the support, man. I've joined your last two streams. I've been kind of busy working. You've been my white noise in the background per se. So I just didn't have, I guess, the time to comment as I was doing my own thing. But loved your last video, buddy. Keep up the good work. Let's get Rigo to 10,000 subscribers by the end of this weekend. I know he's probably hosting some fight companions as well. Appreciate the support, buddy. My fellow Canadian. Let's freaking go. All right, let's move up the card here, as I only got an hour before I have to get back to work, but I wanted to squeeze this in, guys. This one I didn't do too much extensive research on. This was added. This was added just a few days ago to the card. Damon Blackshear against Jose Johnson. Bantamweight fight here. 13-5-1 for Damon Blackshear. He is the favorite, as he should be, up against Jose Johnson, who's on a 3-fight win streak. 15-7. His pro MMA career. They're pretty much the same, or the same age pretty much as well, 29 and 28. Let's take a look at Johnson's career here, though. 15-7, not the most appealing resume, but hey, let's see who he's faced. 10-0 guy on Contender Series. That's awesome. He's had 2 canceled bouts since then, so he's not fought since last year. Before, 1 guy on Fury and a 6-0. Look, I hate Fury FC. I think it's one of the respect, buddy. Cheers. I think Fury FC along with CES are 2 of the worst regional promotions out there in North America right now. Now, that's not to say that their entire roster is bad. It's just, look here, there's some decent wins. 6-0 guy. Lost to a 7-2 guy. There are some decent fighters, but for the most part, I mean, the cards don't really deliver. And look, I might be salty because their freaking Challenger Series. That's right. Fury's Challenger Series was way more entertaining than their actual numbered card. And and not even just more entertaining, the fighters were raw and wanted it. It was just they were better fights. And that's concerning. Looks like just a mixed bag here. Some decent wins. Been in LFA as well, 11-2 in LFA. WXC is a pretty decent league. This guy's actually got some decent wins. Some sus losses, 2-1 when you're 4-2. You probably should get that. I'm not going to blame him for that one, but 3-1 when you're 6-4. I mean, come on. At that point, you've had enough experience. Did put together a good win streak after that. And again, he hasn't fought in the worst promotions, and even the ones that I don't like Fury FC. He hasn't fought total cans in that promotion. 7 KO, TKO, 3 submissions, 5 decision. He likes to swang and bang. What's up, Activate, eh? Good to see you, buddy. Damon Blackshear, though, I mean, that's who I'm picking to win. That's who I think will win this one, and I think the odds are in his favor. I do think Johnson, though, he's not bad. He's not bad, just limited ground game compared to a brute striking style. 13-5-1 is Damon Blackshear. 2 KO, TKO, 8 submissions, 3 decisions. Way more comfortable on the ground. Way better grappler. 1-1-1 in the UFC, 1-0 in Bellator. Beat 12-2 Luan Laceda in his last fight, and there it is, the ground and pound. No shame in losing to Basharat. No shame at all, especially a unanimous decision. Before then, put together a decent run in CES and Cage Fury UFC, which I love. Cage Fury UFC. I think it's right under LFA as one of the better regional shows. What is that? Danny Sabatello and Titan. So, yeah, I mean, I think Johnson's a good fighter. I think his grappling's limited. I think Damon Blackshear will take this one. That is my pick, locking it in. Let me know your thoughts in the live chat. My pleasure, bro. You got a good channel. Coming from you, Rigo. That means a lot, man. Seriously, thank you so much. John surprised me making weight late notice at his size as a bantamweight. This fight was thrown together on relative short notice. How many days ago? 4 days ago it was announced? Because I remember like Monday when everyone's original prediction videos came out, like James Lynch, Guru's, Sheet, everybody's. This fight wasn't on there, but popped up I think Tuesday or Wednesday. Anyways, it's hard to count him out. But again, taking this fight short notice, not as well-rounded as Damon Blackshear. I think Damon Blackshear is going to take it. No bad feelings when Miller wins tomorrow. Reload. I mean, shoot, for her sake. I mean, I kind of hope she does, because the UFC was kind of pumping her coming out of coming out of the Ultimate Fighter. She got a lot of eyes on her because she's an entertainer. The Triple X at the end of winning that contract too, in the tough finale last year was fun. She's an entertaining athlete and fighter on the roster in the UFC. She just looked so bad, dude, that I can't pick her. But like I said, women's MMA, you never know what will happen. Yeah, it was like 4 or 5 days notice. Well, props to him. I don't think he wins, but if he does, man, I'd be happy to get that pick wrong, given what he's done to make this card. All right, big guy cutting a lot of weight. Probably stand and bang and make for an exciting first round. All right, moving up the card here. We have Montserrat Ruiz against Jacqueline Amorim. Now, Jacqueline Amorim kind of disappointed us LFA fans, as she was a former LFA champion. Looked really good in her final title defense in LFA last year, and kind of was disappointing making her making her UFC debut upon being undefeated. She suffered her first loss in her UFC debut. She is the favorite in this one, though. She is the favorite, 6-1. Like I said, suffered her first loss in her last fight, -240 favorite. Out of Coconut Creek, Florida. She does train out of ATT, so she does have a very good camp. Just didn't look comfortable. Looked a little too reserved in her first fight. She is a world no-gi Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion. And yeah, she is a killer. I swear. She is a killer, but maybe at this level she's not, because her opponent here, Ruiz, 10-2. She's no joke. Plus 200 underdog. This might be a woman who, maybe sprinkle a little something on, because again, women's MMA, you never know what can happen. The huge favorite could go in there and put up a stinker. We've seen it before. I mean, I thought Amarin was the favorite in her last fight. Maybe not as big as in this one, but didn't look good in that one. Ruiz also trains out of a good gym as well. King's MMA, solid gym. 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu, not bad at all. She's 3-2 in her last 5 fights. She does have some knockout power. She 30 years of age, so not super old either. 2 KO, TKO, 3 submissions, 5 decisions. I say some knockout power. Hey, it's something, okay? It's something for the women's division. Take a look at the 28-year-old favorite here. Dun, 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 dun. Like I said, American top team, so solid gym. 5 submissions for the World Jiu-Jitsu champion, 4-0 in LFA. And she lost to Sam Hughes. That's what's even worse about it. I forgot it was Sam Hughes. Yeah, hopefully she bounces back. That is my pick. I'm going with Jacqueline Amorim. Yeah, her opponent hasn't knocked anyone out since 2016 too. I don't think she's going to. She's good. She's not great. Amarim could be great in this division, maybe. I don't know. It's women's MMA. It's kind of a coin toss here. I'm going with Amarim. I just think she's better all around. She may not be as good of a striker as Ruiz, but her jiu-jitsu and grappling is really good, and she'll probably pressure from the clinch. Hopefully she doesn't have them UFC jitters going into this fight like she did her first one. Amarim, that's my pick, locking it in. I had no idea one is a video game coming out. Dude, that's news to me as well. That's cool. Is it going to be like, is it a mobile app video game, or is it like, for, kind of like UFC? Wouldn't it be funny if is THQ, are they still around as a gaming company? They're the ones that did the UFC Undisputed. Oh, best UFC game ever. Good to see you, Gino. Ruiz is small as fuck. She made weight with easy at 113. Oh, wow. I think she might get backpacked in sub. I hope so. Like I said, I've watched all of Amarim's fights in LFA, and shit, man, they were actually pretty entertaining, even if most of them went the distance. Did anyone miss weight? I only watched like half the weigh-ins. Yeah, I even missed one's Friday fights this morning, as I had every intention to stream it. Then I had every intention to stream it a little later, but I just had work meetings all day, which usually I play hooky from work on Friday. Don't tell my boss and new clients. But this week I couldn't do it, guys. So yeah, chat. Let Rigo know. Did anybody miss weight today? I haven't even gone back and watched anything here. I'm going to be doing that before the Bellator stream, which, by the way, join us for Bellator later today, ladies and gentlemen. We got Bellator, BKFC. We'll be watching John Dobson's fight as well. And I was going to do Lux at around midnight Central, or around midnight Eastern, but there's Road to 1FC. That's right. There is amateur Muay Thai and tonight that I think we're going to stream instead. Poor thing's only 5 feet. Fremd miss weight. Oh, that might change. That might change some things here. Yeah, how much off? I don't know. They have Chingy's Mighty Mouse, Northcutt, Rod Tang. It's called One Fight Arena, coming out in January. But is it mobile? Like, I feel like they would have told us if it was a mobile or actual game. 189. Shit. Damn. That is big. Okay, that might change some things for me. Damn. These pig middleweights, right? They're all on that what's that fighter? Was it Blagov? Your favorite fighter. Your nutritionist, Rigo. What's his name again? Blaganov, something like that. Blabinov. You missed Bangers, brother. You assume I didn't watch them. I just didn't stream them. What's up, Herbo? One of our exclusive members. All right, next fight here. Josh Parisian against Martin Budai. Speaking of Ivanov, yes, Blagoy Ivanov. Speaking of the Blabanovs, we got two right here. No disrespect, guys. No disrespect. Josh Parisian against Martin Budai. Now, Martin Budai, very much of an Ivanov's body type here, but he's got the cardio of a big country Roy Nelson, ladies and gentlemen. 12-1 as a pro. What a win streak he is on right now. Josh Parisian, 15-6 pro record, only 2-3 in his last 5 fights. Let's quickly take a look at Parisian here. 34 years old and a contender series guy, but just has not done well in the UFC. Let's be perfectly honest. 11 KO, TKO, 2 submissions, 2 decision. He's a heavyweight. Not surprised to see that at all. 2-3 in the UFC 2 times. That's right. He had 2 chances on Contender Series. 1-0 in LFA. He lost to Jamal Pogus. If you lose to this guy, you should be cut from the UFC. Jamal Pogus is terrible, dude. He's so bad. Now, again, he's a UFC fighter, professional athlete. I'll give him that respect. Just want to put that out there. But he's so bad, dude. He does nothing. He just lets his legs get picked apart all day, every day. He beat an 8-3 Alan Baudot. Never heard of him. Lost to Dontel Mays as well, dude. Just why is this guy not cut? When you lose to Jamal Pogus and Dontel Mays, your ass should be out of here. Seriously. I don't know, man. He lost to Parker Porter. I guess that's not a bad loss. Oh man, who is this guy? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't personally. I've never been a fan of Josh Breeden. I don't think he's that good at all. He's got power. That's about it. Martin Budaj out of the Slovak Republic. It's funny how the Czech Republic became Czechia, and now Slovakia is now the Slovak Republic. What is going on, guys? Everything's backwards here. Martin Budaj. What a record here, man. What a record. Sorry about this, guys. Yeah, these friggin' Tapology's been tripping out and it's pissing me off. 3-0 in the UFC, 1-0 in Contender Series. Beat Jake Collier. Not bad. Beat Chris Barnett. Technical. So, I mean, there's a couple wins on his, in his win streak that are like, maybe should have lost someone. That wasn't the best win. But at the end of the day, look at this friggin' win streak that he's put on. Look at this. And yes, he's crushed some cans along the way. What big Ivanov looking heavyweight hasn't? 12-4, 7-1, 8-1. I mean, don't look at his record, but Jay Collier is a solid, veteran of the UFC in multiple weight classes, which is crazy. Go look at, wasn't he a middleweight? Middleweight, then light heavyweight, then heavyweight? Yeah, this one should be easy, man. Whether it goes to decision or not, I mean, Martin Budaj is going to clinch, he's going to wear down, and he's going to pick apart Josh Parisian. Josh Parisian's only path to victory is if he cracks him, but Martin Budaj, he's a heavyweight. He's been cracked with these shots before. He's preparing to fight a guy who has power. We're going Martin Budaj. Easy money, if you ask me. All right, back to the comments we go here. Dun, 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 dun. Just checked its mobile. He's still going to put his hands up. Yes, Rigo's content is amazing. If you guys haven't checked out his content, please do so. He supports his channel. We support his channel. And it's just hilarious, some of the stuff that he posts. It's an honor that Rigo has hyped up my channel, given that his is so freaking awesome. Get his channel to 10,000 subscribers this weekend, guys. Let's go Parisian Legion. Budaj's going down. I like how you say Jamal's last name is whatever. I'm not good with the names. You guys know this. I do so much research except for the name pronunciation. If ever I get hired by an outlet and they need me to do play-by-play, then I'll get the names right. And I told that I used to work for a junior hockey team, and it was the same thing. I told them when I'm paid, when I'm expected to be in a professional role, dude, I'll be professional. When I'm chilling here in my office, talking fights with the boys, sometimes the names are going to be wrong, so my apologies. But I by KO plus 170. Resign. Chase Sherman. Chase shouldn't have been cut. Chase Sherman, I think, is better than Collier. He looked good in his last fight, even though he lost and looked like he was taking training more serious. Yeah, he did look in better shape for sure. Again, I think Collier should be cut over him. What's up, Hockey from Home? Thank you so much for joining. UFC heavyweight, such a joke. Muhammad Usman was destroyed by an obese 40-year-old cop in PFL, but can destroy the slobs in the UFC. Yeah, in fairness, what didn't he fight? He fought a Tafa, if I'm not mistaken. He fought a guy who had no ground game at all. But yeah, the heavyweight division is very thin right now. Middleweight and heavyweight in the UFC is really bad right now. Hey, Hockey from Home. Hey, Hockey from Home's from Ontario as well. Oh, dude. Cheers. The fact that they cut him in his prime. Yes, poll question tonight. Hockey from Home. Do you know one has two side events tonight? I posted in the Discord about it. One of them, Fairtex called Herbo. You just it's comical how you just don't check. I post a schedule mostly for you because when I started streaming, you asked me all the time, which it was fine. When do you stream? When do you stream? So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to post my schedules weekly, regularly for Herbo. Herbo doesn't check them. We're streaming that tonight, brother. We're streaming Road to 1 tonight. I only like the Tafas in the heavyweight division, and Junior Tafa was robbed. You so legit on the feet, but couldn't get Usman to stop hugging. Yeah, I mean, Tafa is better than Usman on the feet for sure, but it's mixed martial arts. It's mixed martial arts. yeah, dude. It's that or Lux. And I mean, Lux is a decent MMA promotion. Don't get me wrong. They've actually put on some good shows. That's predominantly Mexico. They put on some solid fights the last, I think, 3 weeks we've been streaming them, or 2 or 3 weeks, 2 out of 3 weeks maybe. But shit, man, we got amateur Muay Thai trying to get a 1 championship contract. That's what we're going to be streaming. Well, then you didn't stop asking me, Herbo. That's the thing. I put up the schedule for you, so look at it. Anyways, back to the predictions. Here we go. Love the interaction, the live chat, guys. Again, a big shout to Rigo, who's like pretty much like an MMA content creator celebrity here on YouTube. He is in Canada anyways, in the eyes of the Canadians, and he's dropped by here. So go show him some love as well. If you support this channel, go support Rigo. Go show some love back to the other content creators on YouTube. All right, Francis Marshall against Isaac Dulgarian. Featherweight fight, 145. Francis Marshall, the Fire. 7-1 in his pro MMA career. He's coming off a loss, but before then, 4-1 in his last 5 fights. He's the slight favorite at -190. He's 24 years of age. Isaac Dulgarian. Now I'm going to break some of my rules with this one, folks. So be prepared. 5-0 as a pro. 27 years old, out of Kansas. So he used to train out of Glory. He was one of Krause's guy. He's out of FAC. That is right. He's fought in the FAC promotion, which you guys know my thoughts on FAC. When Krause was involved, it was a joke. It was his league to either bet on or push his fighters into the UFC by giving them absolute horrendous competition. That's essentially what FAC was when Krause was involved. Now, I'm not sure if it's gotten better since then, but that's essentially what it was. I'll get back to the comments here in a sec, guys. This is our UFC predictions, best bet, picks rundown. After I go through every fighter and make my pick, I'll get back to the comments. I see some coming, so we'll get back to that as well. 5-0 in FAC. So he's had his whole career in FAC, which again, a little bit concerning. He's only 5-0, so can I really judge his opponents? Like I said, until a fighter is 4 fights in as a pro, I'm not really going to judge their opponents. I'm not going to really be like, oh, they crushed a lot of cans, given that everyone's new at that point, right, in the pros. So he beat a 2-2 guy in his first fight, whatever. Beat a guy making his debut second, 2-3 third. He just had, like, there's not a lot of big names on his resume, except for his last opponent. TJ Britton, 7-2, and he knocked him out in the first round. The thing is just how he's been defeating his opponents, who we don't really know how good, these fighters are, given that they're just started their careers out as well. But what is evident is that he smoked them, that he showed that I'm on a level, even coming out of the gate, higher than those who are just coming out of the gate as well. Like I'm already at the level of a 5-0 guy coming out of the gate for how easy his wins have been. Look at this. Ground and pound, rear naked choke, TKO, arm triangle, and a knockout. He's been super active as well. Yeah, he started MMA in 2019. Look how active he's been. 4 fights on the amateur scene in pretty much a year, because he started in right at the end of 2019. And has just continued to take fights in the pro. Hope he's not too banged up. Hope he's healthy going into this one, because he puts on fun fights. It's just like FAC, Fury FC, CES. It's just tough when fighters dominate in those promotions. But again, he has absolutely outclassed his opponents at that stage. Taking this one in the UFC to make his debut. He is a scrappy fighter. His opponent, though, Francis Marshall, not bad as well. Very technical and looked really crisp at the lower ranks, but as soon as he started to fight better opponents, it almost, not necessarily that he got exposed, it's just that he started to fight guys who were at the same level as him, who were at that kind of base level that you have to be to fight in the UFC, to fight at the highest level. He's only 24 years old, though. Let's take a look here. Oh, man. 1 KO, TKO, 4 submissions, 2 decisions. He's pretty well-rounded. One in the UFC, 1-0 contender series. Lost to William Gomez in his last fight via split decision. Beat Marcelo Rojo. I mean, you got to get those wins, so it's not a super impressive win there. I mean, Connor Matthews on contender series was a good fighter as well, 5-0. Before then, fought in Gulf Coast, which is meh. Ring of Combat, which is okay. And just look at the fighters that he beat as well. Again, head-to-head with the guy that he's fighting. Can't really judge that. Also had a decent amateur career where he started in 2018. Look, I think Francis Marshall's good. I think Isaac Dulgarian is good as well. As a more well-rounded fighter, I do think that Marshall is the better. I'm just going to say, I think he's the better fighter. Doesn't mean I think he wins this one. I don't think he wins this one. I think this is a good underdog pick here to go with Isaac Dulgarian. Maybe Isaac Dulgarian gets exposed and it's like, go back to FAC, go to CES, on those regional promotions that you can dominate. That may very well be the case, but he's got power. He's scrappy. And if he's healthy, man, he's relatively new to the sport as well, so there might be a little bit less miles on his body compared to that as a Francis Marshall. We shall see, but this is my first underdog pick of the card. We're going with Isaac Dulgarian. All right, I missed some of the comments here, so let's get back to it. See you later, Hog from home. Yes, will do. That's the plan. You're really into this poll question. Rigo over Guru, indeed. It's the Canadian factor, brother. This UFC card is one of the worst in a long time. I mean, on paper, there's not a lot of big names, but usually when that happens, that means there's some sleeper fights. And I'm sorry, Gino, when the co-main event is that of who are the women who we saw? Molly McCann was in the co-main event. That is the worst card. Okay, so like this card is 1,000 times better than compared to that England card. That was horrendous. Hamdi was the most aesthetic physique. Dude, the fact that he was juicing apparently, man, that was a fun fight. I think he only fought once in the UFC, if I'm not mistaken, right? Once or twice. His debut fight was a lot of fun. Dude, I love Hamdi. But is he still suspended? Because he popped for, I don't think it was anabolics. I think it was EPO. I mean, clearly not anabolics. Have you seen his physique? But even then, you'd think, because in the third round, he slowed down. Like the first 2 rounds, he had excellent cardio. You'd think if he was on the EPO, like that third round, would have made up for him carrying that weight in that third round. He would have done better. So I don't know. It's interesting to see guys like that on the sauce, but I hope he comes back because he is a fun kickboxer. That's so funny you bring up Hamdi. Hamdi's awesome, dude. Nah, the Holly Holm card. Only tuning in. Did you watch Contender Series? Honestly, better than a lot of fight nights. Yes, I did. Ciaran Lynch. Thank you so much for joining. Ciaran? Yes, we do Contender Series every single week. That's actually the series that kind of started us live streaming regularly on this channel. We would do it just sporadically and post vlogs and things like that. And when Contender Series started officially, but when we started covering Contender Series last summer, that's when we really started to build a community on the live stream side of the channel. So you bet your ass we're doing Contender Series. I love it. It's amazing. It's the highlight of my week. See you tonight, Hockey. Oh my God, Hockey. Yes, we're doing the poll question, Hockey. You don't have to keep reminding me. Hamdi and Carl Robertson trained at the gym I wanted to go to, but Robertson got arrested and Hamdi went back to Egypt. Not worth the price. The only consistent trainer that shows up is Ben Saunders' wife. What's up, Andrew? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, I agree. I don't see it. He's very much a grappling heavy guy. He's going to get stuffed by Francis and finished, in my opinion. Oh my God. Hockey from home. It's going to happen. Hamdi is a fucking beast, but no idea why he kickboxes. He's a legit and huge wrestler. He's a good kickboxer too. That's why. I thought he had a kickboxing background over wrestling the first time I saw him fight. That's how good of a striker he was. I got you. Count for Dana White Contender Series Week 2, George Hardwick. Yes, dude. Cage Warriors stud. What's up, Broke Animal? It starts when Bellator starts, buddy. I have no idea your time, but it starts 5 p.m., I believe, the prelims. Guys, why do I even post a schedule? Broke Animal, my man, thank you so much for joining. Check the schedule, buddy. I post it on the community tab every single week to answer these questions of your guys's. There's so many that I lose track of them. That's why I refer to the schedule. I think 4 or 5 Eastern, around that time. What's up, Walter? Good to see you. Got a feeling this is gonna be an underdog card. It very well could be. Very well could be. I only have a handful. I only have a few underdogs that I picked. The first one being Isaac Dulgarian. Not super confident, but I think if there is an underdog to choose, it's a guy with finishing ability against someone like Francis Marshall, who's good but not great. There you go. 6 p.m. Eastern. Thank you so much, Hockey from Home. All right, moving up the card. Look, I didn't expect to have this much interaction. This is amazing, guys. Keep the comments coming. If you like the prediction videos in this format versus me filming them ahead of time and editing them, let me know. Comment when the video is posted, or just let me know in the live chat. Happy to do these weekly if you guys prefer the predictions video to be live. But anyways, final thoughts on Dulgarian. Like I said, both the face, good competition. Oh wait, did I even? Yeah. I didn't even get into it. My apologies there. Got too ahead of myself in the live chat here. Oh no, we did. Sorry. Last thing to say on Isaac Dulgarian. Just destroyed the regionals versus, and this is where it comes up to, destroyed on the regionals versus looked very good. And that is Francis Marshall, who looked very good. All right, moving up the card now. Moving up the card. I got him plus 155 underdog. Terrance McKinney against Mike Breeden. Oh boy, are the UFC trying to give Terrance McKinney a layup. Now, by saying that, I am not going to disrespect Breeden. He's a solid fighter. He's had kind of a bad go, a little bit of bad luck in the UFC thus far, but let's call it for what it is. The guy, and of course, my co-host calling me while I'm streaming. I'll get back to him in a second. Yeah, not like a world beater by any chance, not a world beater, but he is a good fighter. Is he better than Terrance McKinney? I don't think so. Let's take a look. Terrance McKinney is the minus 260 favorite. Put it this way. If McKinney loses, I'm done. If McKinney loses, I'm done. I'm never picking him to win another fight. Like I said, Mike Breeden doesn't have the best resume, but he is no schmuck. He does have potential. That is McKinney still. I think there's still potential there. I think he still can be a regular UFC fighter. Do I think he's going to be a ranked UFC fighter moving forward? I don't think so, but there still is potential there. McKinney still should beat him, but my trust is gone. My trust is gone. He needs a huge first round. He needs a statement finish that, or McKinney does, that is. Breeden should lose, but it's hard to trust McKinney's chin and his lack of cardio. But let's take a look at Breeden here. 10-5 as a pro. 8 KO TKOs. He's got knockout power. 0 submissions, 2 decisions. 3-1 in LFA, 0-2 in UFC, 1-0 in Bellator, 0-1 in Contender Series. He lost to Natan Levy. Not the best fighter to lose to. Got destroyed by Alexander Hernandez. I'm pretty sure he took that fight on short notice, and Hernandez is no joke. Coming from FAC, didn't really beat the best guys there. Lost to Romero in Contender Series. I mean, like I said, his resume is not that great, but he does knock guys out. He does have power. He does have power, and he is a decent striker. Again, he's not terrible, but again, you can clearly see the UFC is giving Terrance McKinney a layup here, or trying to give the Spokane fighter a layup here, given that he's super marketable. A lot of the fans love him, but he just has not been able to put it together in the cage as of late anyways. 5 KO TKOs, 8 submissions, 0 decisions. 3-3 in the UFC, 2-0 in LFA, 0-1 off Contender Series. Again, 2-fight losing streak right now. Got choked to Sadikov and got knocked the hell out against Bonfim. It was a good fight against Drew Dober until it wasn't, and before then looked good as well. I don't want to see a Terrance McKinney who tries to be all tactical in there. I want to see a Terrance McKinney coming out strong in the first round. I want to see him put his opponent away. I don't want to feel so bad and gross picking Terrance McKinney to win. I don't want to feel that way anymore. I want him to boost my confidence. I want him to have his confidence back. I think Terrance McKinney should and will win this one, but if he loses, I'm done. I'm never picking him again. He's pretty much in Rose Namajunas territory. Maybe not that far because she's a disgrace to the sport. But anyways, moving up the card, Marcus McGhee. And I'll go back to the comments after this one. Folks, got to fire through this here. So I got 20 more minutes before I got to get back to work myself. Marcus McGhee against JP buys. I don't know why JP took this fight on short notice against a guy like Marcus McGhee, who's coming off a win, who is very, very good. I mean, I guess JP buys 3-fight losing streak. This might be his last shot in the UFC. Maybe that's the reason why he took this fight. I just don't think it's a good matchup for him at all. Marcus McGhee, minus 400 favorite. One of the bigger favorites on this card. He trains out of the MMA lab. Yes, he's 33 years old, but he ain't an old 33 years old. He's been doing this for a while, don't get me wrong, but super healthy, very consistent. 7-1. Yeah, he has quite a few amateur fights as well, but again, not a lot of wear and tear on his body as far as being in a lot of fights, given he has been fighting since I believe 2011, 2012. 3-fight win streak. Got called up to the UFC on short notice and absolutely had a tremendous performance there. Dun, 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 dun. Like I said, out of the MMA. Sorry, I'm not the one who keeps scrolling up here. For some reason, I think Tapology stepped up their game. Ad blocker doesn't work on their site the best anymore. So sorry, it just kind of trips it out whenever I scroll upon going to the new page. 6 KO TKOs, 1 submission, 0 decision. He only finishes his fights. 1-1 in LFA, 1-0 in UFC. And then he beat Newson on short notice. And yeah, he's crushed some cans, but man, he's just so fun to watch. His technique is crisp and clean. He's got power. 3-2 on the amateur scene. And his only loss as a pro, please take this into account. His only loss as a pro was to Rafael do Nascimento, who is solid, who's really, really good. Okay, so that loss has aged well. That loss has aged well. The young savage JP buys. I mean, 3-fight losing streak, 9-5 in the UFC, 2-3 in his last 5 fights. The South African just has not been able to put it together at the highest level. I got Marcus McGhee winning this one. Now, JP buys taking this fight, short notice, taking this fight, knowing that it might be the fight, his last fight in the UFC, or it might be the fight that gets him another contract or keeps him in the UFC. I don't know his contract status. He still might be under contract, but put it this way. If he loses, he's out. So he's fighting with a little bit more passion, I believe, versus a Marcus McGhee, who always fights with passion, don't get me wrong, but for someone who he just got his contract, he just, he's obviously, I'm not suggesting here that he's not like motivated and ready to go. There just seems to be something a little different about those who are facing potential termination. You think, and they have, as of late, risen to the occasion. It's not enough for me to pick in favor of him, though. I'm going Marcus McGhee. All right, back to the comments we go quickly, guys. Herbo, I'm going in order, buddy. I'm going in order. Glass cannons are fun as fuck to watch. PFLS, newest roster member, Terrance McKinney. I hope McKinney loses. Heisha, can I please pull out on the bet? Nope, we shook hands. So much hype on JP buys. Well, there was. He's on 3-5 losing streak now. McGhee's going to destroy him. Because she's a disgrace to mixed martial arts and put on the worst performance I've ever seen. Yo, happy Friday. What's up, phony? It's great to see you. Marcus McGhee's a beast. Looking forward to him. Yeah, I absolutely love him as well. She's a disgrace to mixed martial arts. I'm not even mad at Carla. All right, Josh Fremd against Jamie Pickett. Sorry, I just gotta text my buddy here quick. Sorry, guys. One sec. Okay. Josh Fremd against Jamie Pickett. Dun, 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 dun. Josh Fremd, by the way, missed. Oh my God, Tapology. Get it together. If anyone who contributes to Tapology, get your shit together, please. You're killing me here. All right, we got a middleweight fight here next. Josh Fremd against Jamie Pickett. Josh Fremd missed weight by 3 pounds, guys. And you know what? Now I'm more confident. I picked Jamie Pickett to win this one. That's right. I picked the underdog at plus 250 to win this one before I even knew that Fremd had weight complications. Now that I know Josh Fremd has weight complications, I'm even more excited for my underdog pick to come through. Now, Jamie Pickett, good fighter, not a great fighter. Like he's solid. He is a UFC fighter. Is he ever going to be, ranked? Is he ever going to be a champion? No. And look, he's on a 3-fight losing streak as well. He's fighting for his life in the UFC. I do think Fremd is better, but Pickett is fighting to stay in the UFC. The Tanner Boser effect is in full effect here today. Both overall have lost to meh guys. Both have only really beat meh guys. Jamie Pickett has more experience. I mean, that's kind of what I'm going off of. Jamie Pickett has more experience. But like I said, they both have fought Meg guys. They both have beat Meg guys. Josh Fremd, I think, is a little bit more well-rounded, a little bit more technically sound. But Jamie Pickett, like I said, fighting for his life in the UFC. And also, he didn't have weight complications. So he might just be a little bit more prepared, a little bit in better health. His body might be just a little bit more prepared to fight at the end of the day. So this didn't really affect me at all. If I had picked Fremd originally, I probably would have swapped over to Pickett here, but I'm going with Pickett. Now, am I super confident with this? No. Like I said, Fremd is the better fighter. Pickett is a solid fighter though, and as a plus 250 underdog, I think that's not the worst bet to place. Going with Pickett, locking it in. I'll get back to the comments here in a sec, folks, but I got to keep firing through these fights. I'll get your comments on the next one. All right, Tafon Nchukwi against AJ Dobson. All right, Tafon Nchukwi, 6-3 as a pro. He's on a 2-fight losing streak right now. Up against AJ Dobson, who's also on a 2-fight losing streak right now. Very similar records. AJ Dobson 6-2. Tafon 6-3. Tafon's 28 years old. And I mean, just another case of like a fighter who hasn't really beaten the best guys and kind of lost to Met guys as well. I'm going with AJ Dobson on this one. Yes, I know Tafon has knockout power, but he's kind of inconsistent in his career. He's still very young in his pro MMA career at 6-3. AJ Dobson's fought better guys, more consistent, cuts less weight. Tafon did look good at the press conference yesterday, I will say. Both of them need a win to stay in the UFC, I imagine. AJ Dobson's lost to better guys, and he's more well-rounded. One sec here, and we'll check out his resume. 4 KO, TKO, 0 submissions, 2 decisions, 2-3 in the UFC, 1-0 off Contender Series. Lost to Carlos Alberg, no shame there. Lost to Mirzakhanov, no shame there. Lost to Jung Young Park. Actually, that's not a bad win either. So you know what? I take that back. He's actually lost to to pretty decent guys. But it's those who he has beaten that have not been impressive. 11-6. I mean, beat Jamie Pickett. 1-1. I mean, he's just so inconsistent. That's the thing. He looks really good against the guys who aren't that great, and against the guys who are good, unanimous decision cannot put them out. He's got power, though. He's got power, and he cuts a lot of weight. He's a big boy at 185. AJ Dobson, though, like I said, I just think he's more well-rounded, man. I just think he's more well-rounded overall. And he's the slight underdog here, plus what did it say? Plus 120. I think he's a good underdog, folks. I think he's a good underdog. 2 KO, 2 go, 3 submissions, 1 decision. Lost Petrosian and Malkoon in the UFC. Those aren't bad losses either. And again, just overall, he's beaten, I think, just better guys in his career. Better amateur career as well. It's a close one. I mean, the odds, I think, are... There's nothing wrong with them. I think they reflect the fight well. I think they're a little bit more in favor of Tafon because he has that knockout power, but I'm going AJ Dobson, my second underdog that I'm picking on the card. All right, we'll get back to the comments here in a sec. Dun, 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 dun. A fun 2-minute wait, overweight, each by 3. They need to switch the matchups. Jamie Pickett was also a missed weight? I haven't been watching the weigh-in show, guys. Rigo told me, or someone in the chat, Rigo brought it up, but someone in the chat told me that Fremd missed weight. I don't know who the other guy who missed weight was, so you should let me know. Can I at least shorten the membership? No, dude, you proposed the bet. You shook my hand. You can't pull out of it, dude. Are we changing streams for Bellator? Yeah, dude, absolutely. Bellator doesn't start for a few hours, my man. It's a sexy women fighting tonight. All middleweights are tomorrow. All middleweights are garbage. Isha Muniz, sub Jacare, just to get sub by Brendan Allen. Well, I said that at the beginning of the stream. I said that the heavyweight division and the middleweight division are the 2 thinnest in the UFC. Tafon also missed? Oh, damn. Okay, well then definitely AJ Dobson's winning. Definitely AJ. I can't believe it. Are you serious? Dude, what a loser. I'm not bullying him, by the way, YouTube. Don't demonetize me. Rigo, even my streams have been, every single one is demonetized now. It's crazy. YouTube's going nuts. YouTube, I'm not bullying him, but what a loser. Seriously. He looks so, like, he was so confident in his post-fight, in his pre-fight press conference. I listened to them all yesterday. I listened to every single one, and his in particular caught me because he was so confident. He's like, oh yeah, my weight has never been better, blah, 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 blah. Like, what the hell? Tafon, I hope you lose, and I hope you get cut, brother. AJ Dobson, let's freaking go. Tafon looked really bad at weigh-ins. Someone in the chat said, oh my God, that's hilarious. Oh, bro, I never monetized my stream. I would get so fucked. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm a little bit more, I mean, put it this way. My content's very different from yours, Rigo. Mine is a little bit more, like, it's kind of playful, but it's more just, like, running down news and things like that and just bullshitting with the live chat. But they're cracking, like, anytime that I describe a cut, like if someone gets cut via elbow or something like that, instant demonetized. It's crazy, man. YouTube's cracking down on the sport that is mixed martial arts. And keyword YouTube, sport, for all those people who probably aren't even reviewing my shit anymore. Can you put the link in to join the chat? Broke Animal, man. You're getting ahead of yourself, brother. The link isn't even up yet, man. Bellator's not even for a few hours, brother. We'll be back when Bellator starts, my man. We'll be back when Bellator starts. I appreciate you getting ahead of getting even ahead of me, Broke Animal. But no, you'll see it. You'll see it up tonight. You'll see it up tonight. Appreciate you. Can't wait to see you. It's gonna be actually a pretty good Bellator card. It's going to be a pretty good Bellator card here. All right, folks, I got to get back to work soon here, so we're going to fire through the rest of these. Keep the comments coming, though. I will address them. And again, a big shout out to Rigo for joining this chat, exclusive members, and the regulars. Guys, go show Rigo some love. Let's get his channel to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the weekend. Can you put... No, I mean the membership. Broke Animal, you got to pay for membership, buddy. Where's the time clock? That's a good freaking question, Phony. That's a good freaking question. Okay, Polyana Viana against Iasmin Lucindo. Now, Iasmin Lucindo, for a 21-year-old, she's got some power in them mitts, guys. She's got some power in the mitts, and it's crazy that she is the minus 200 favorite. That blows my mind. 14-5 as a pro. That also blows my mind that she has a 14-5 record at only 21 years of age. She's 4-1 in her last 5 fights. Eight KO TKO by a 21-year-old, guys. And a 21-year-old woman mixed martial artist. 2 submissions, 4 decisions, 1-1 in the UFC, 2-1 in action fight. She beat Brogan Walker. Brogan Walker sucks. Lost to an 8-0 gal. That's pretty good. And again, hasn't fought in the best promotions. I get it. But she's so young. She's actually faced some decent competition. 8-3, 9-3. Okay, she's faced 2 decent opponents. She's got power, though, man. I'm guessing that's why the betting by Vegas has her so high. But she's going up against a fighter who's way more established. Despite the records being similar, way more established, has fought in way better fighters, and that is Polyana, Viana. She also fights crime. 31 years of age, plus 165 underdog. I mean, she's a good underdog. Again, women's MMA, anything can happen, folks, but that is a good underdog. She's in her prime, way more experienced, decent striker, really good jiu-jitsu practitioner. 5 KO TKOs in her own right, 8 submissions, and she's never been knocked out. 1 submission loss and 4 losses via decision. 4-4 in the UFC, 3-0 in Jungle Fight. Jungle Fight's a good developmental league. She knocked out Junyun Frey in her last fight. I mean, she should have. Tabitha Ricci's actually becoming a pretty decent fighter in her own right, so that's not a bad loss. Veronica Hardy, not the best look at that point. JJ Aldrich, I mean, this string of losses was not good, but she's kind of come back strong since then. Beat better opponents overall in her career, and I just think she's in her prime, and she's going to end up bullying Lucindo. But Lucindo does have a puncher's chance, and it's crazy to say that for 115-pound women, but she does have a puncher's chance. I'm going with the underdog on this one, locking it in. Oh my God, this literally is going to be the end of me. The little things that piss me off, guys. All right, featured fight here. I'll take your comments quick. Yeah, the stupid AI review system is broken. It's so annoying, dude. So what's your prediction so far? I've been going through them, buddy. I've been going through them. I did. It wasn't a 2-day delivery item. Bellator is the best promotion. It is far from the best promotion. But it's going to be a fun night. I can't become a member on your homepage. It's not showing. It's there, buddy. It's there. Will Brandon Schaub accept the fight? I mean, if he ain't no beach. Lucindo is going to hurt Polyana, and then Polyana will just lay on her back for the rest of the fight, I bet. That's kind of the way I think it's going to go, too. I think she's going to feel her power and be like, yeah, I don't want to strike with this girl. But Lucindo, I think, is going to gasp by the third, whether she's keeping it on the feet or they grapple. I heard about these two, and they show some merits, but if I'm sticking to my gut, I'm going for Viana. Rountree, obviously. Oh, God, this fight sucks. Yeah, I mean, look, folks, we saw the mythical creature that was Derek Lewis. We saw a thinner Derek Lewis, and he absolutely dominated. The thing that's different is a thin Chris Daukaus still doesn't have any abs, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, Chris Daukaus should be a light heavyweight, or should be a middleweight. He looks like a middleweight. Why was he a heavyweight? Why is he a light heavyweight? He even admitted, I don't want to go down to middleweight. It's not going to happen. I like to eat. He's even talking about how he's already in eating mode. Guys, if you watch this press conference, he's already in, I can't wait to party after this fight. I can't wait to eat. You're going up against a killer in Khalil Rountree who wants nothing more than to be a champion, who wants nothing more than to take out killers in the top of the rankings. And you're telling me that all you got on your mind is food? Maybe you are a heavyweight. Maybe you are a heavyweight in lower promotions. Anyways, I'm not high on Chris Daukaus at all in this one. I don't think he's that good of a striker anyways. I mean, he's fine. He's in the UFC. He's a professional MMA fighter. I get it. He's good, but he is not at this level. He's not at this level at all. He wasn't at the level in heavyweight. He's definitely not at the level at light heavyweight, going up against a very skilled Muay Thai type striker in that of Khalil Rountree. I mean, it's the battle of the former fatties, ladies and gentlemen. Khalil Rountree, 11-5 as a pro on a 3-fight win streak right now. One of those wins was kind of suspect against Dustin Jacoby, but it was close. -175. He should be more of a favorite in this one, I think. Chris Daukaus on a 3-fight losing streak, and he even said that he was preparing to make the transition to light heavyweight, but the UFC kept offering him fights, and he just kept taking them, and he just kept getting beat up. They're both the same age. Khalil Rountree, 7 KO TKO, 0 submissions, 4 decisions. I mean, Khalil Rountree is just, this guy just breathes violence for being such a calm, cool, and collected guy. Yeah, he's got a bunch of losses on his record, but as of late, he's looked damn good. Again, this close fight, I do think he lost it, but hey, it wasn't like he put on a stinker of a performance. Chris Daukaus, on the other hand, has put on stinker performances in his last few fights. 10 KO TKOs. Again, he's got power. Is it going to be the biggest power? Is it going to be more power than Khalil Rountree has seen in his career? No. 4-3 in the UFC, 4-2 in Cage Fury FC. Shout out to Cage Fury FC. It's a good promotion to develop, but Khalil Rountree's got this one. What are some of my notes on the matter? I said Daukaus may have power, but he's not super skilled. I think that Muay Thai stance of Khalil Rountree too is just going to piece him up. Khalil Rountree's stronger. He can defend any takedown that comes his way. Yeah, Khalil Rountree, he wins this one. He's motivated too to rise the rankings and become a champion. All right, we're gonna fire through these last two folks, and then I have to hang him up here, but I'll see you for Bellator. We got Cub Swanson against Hakeem Dawodu, the pride of Calgary, Alberta. Let's freaking go. Lived in Calgary for a few years myself, one of my favorite Canadian cities. Again, I'll get back to your comments before we hang this up, guys. But Cub Swanson again, Hakeem Dawodu. Look, in his prime, Cub Swanson wins this fight all day, every day. But he's getting old. He's been taking a lot of damage. He's not as quick as he used to be. And he used to be known for his fast hands. He's still got the power, but his hands aren't nearly as fast as they used to be. His timing, it's not as crisp as it used to be. Hakeem is big for the division. He looks good on the feet, and I think he's going to just absolutely wear Cub down in the clinch and land some short elbows, land some short strikes on the break. I think he's just going to overpower him and outwork him. Cub's path to victory may be grappling, but I think Hakeem Dawodu will do a good job of trying to keep this on the feet and do a good job of against the cage in the clinch. But it's Cub Swanson. He's likely going to want to stand and bang here. And I think Hakeem, at this stage in his career, beats him on the feet as well. Cub Swanson, though, an absolute legend. 28-13 in his pro MMA career. He's 3-2 in his last 5 fights. He's the slight underdog at plus 185. I want to pick him, but I just can't. I got to go for the Canadian. I got to go for Hakeem Dawodu, locking it in. All right, main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get to it, I'll quickly take your comments here. Yeah, it's a hard no. Nice, Broke Animal. Keep up the good work. Daukaus has Jake Collier mentality, 100%. 100%. Daukaus barely found the KO on Shamil. Rountree can be a killer, but when he's pressured, he's no good. Daukaus has 30% chance, but I think Khalil by TKO. Have you seen Bellator vs. Horizon 2? Sure, I'm still salty about the co-main event, but it's still as entertaining as hell. Dude, all I'm going to say is Bellator's not the best promotion. Do I think it's better than PFL? 100%. 100%. I hate the PFL. Someone was coming after me on Twitter the other day defending the PFL, and I was just like, are you kidding me? I went at them a little bit. Khalil made it close against Jacoby, and Daukaus makes it close again. Close to God with the KOs he's received. No way Daukaus has a shot. Phony Turkison. What kickboxing does Chris have to pressure Khalil? My most viewed short is most popular. Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. That's awesome. I'm going for the underdog. Broke Animal trying to dunk on us now. Won't even become a member, but he's dunking on us. I'm going for the underdog. Another hard pick. RDA is looking really good and shredded. Also, well, I see RDA is also looking really good and shredded. Also, so did Khalil. 3.5. Yeah, that's why he said 30%. That's why he said 30%. No, Broke Animal, keep up the good work, buddy. I'll check out your content here after, well, later tonight. All right. Main event of the evening, folks. And again, appreciate everyone who has been tuning in. If you like me doing the prediction videos via live stream versus me recording and editing a video to post, let me know in the comments live here right now, and or if you're watching this after it's published. Main event of the evening, Vicente Luque against Rafael dos Anjos. Rafael dos Anjos, 38 years of age, a lot of miles on him, but he's just such a freaking killer. 32-14 in his pro MMA career. He's 3-2 in his last 5 fights. Yes, he beat Bryan Barberena, but Bryan Barberena, hard to put out, and he put him out. As we saw in that last fight, Barberena, he bent, he crumbled, but he didn't break. He bent, he crumbled, he didn't break. He trains at the King's MMA, an awesome gym there. 5 KO, TKOs, 11 submissions, 10 decisions, 21-12 in the UFC. That is amazing. 2-1 in JFF way back in the day. But again, was able to take out Bryan Barberena, which a lot of people can beat up Bryan Barberena. It's hard to put him out. Lost to Rafael Fiziev in the 5th round. That's right. He went 4 rounds with Rafael Fiziev, and he actually held his own. Hell, he actually won a couple of those rounds. It was a great fight. That was one of the first fights that we ever streamed on this channel. He beat Moicano. I know Moicano took that on short notice. He beat Paul Felder. Paul Felder was great. Don't get me wrong. Paul Felder might have taken that on short notice too, now that I think of it. And he's only lost to, Michael Chiesa when he's in his prime, Leon Edwards, Kamaru Usman, Colby Covington. I mean, just look at Eddie Alvarez, Tony Ferguson. I mean, he's only lost to the best of the best in the UFC. He looked good against Fiziev. That was at 155. He is at 170 now. So he said that's actually going to help out his cardio a little bit. But at the end of the day, he's got miles on him. And will he look great in the 4th and 5th round? I don't think so, but I do think he'll look good in the first 3. We haven't seen anything to suggest that he is in a decline right now. Vicente Luque, look, health issues aside and absolute wars that Vicente Luque has been throughout his career aside, this should be the easy pick. Vicente Luque should be all of our easy pick. But no, he's the underdog right now. Now, it's close, but he's the underdog, and that's because 21-9-1 in his pro MMA career. He's only 31 years of age, but he's been fighting since I think he was like 21, maybe even before that. Man, I mean, he was a young guy on the Ultimate Fighter Black Zillions versus American Top Team back when it was Sanford used to be the Black Zillions. Look, man, he's such a good striker. He's one of the more fun strikers to watch in the UFC. He was one of my favorite strikers to watch in his prime, and this should be his prime, but it's not. He's on a 2-fight losing streak, 3-2 in his last 5 fights. He had some issues with brain hemorrhaging last year, but again, you really think that UFC would, and his doctors and his team would allow him to fight if he was still severely damaged? You hear brain hemorrhage, you think the worst. Obviously, it must have been minor. From what I've read, it was minor, and it wasn't like life-threatening by any means, or else he wouldn't be fighting today. But still, it's a concern. 11 KO TKOs, 8 submissions, 2 decisions. Man loves to finish his fights. Man loves to brawl. 14-5 in the UFC. What a great resume. Jeff Neal really hurt him in his last fight. Absolutely destroyed him in the 3rd round. And Belal Muhammad, the first time Belal Muhammad impressed me in his entire career was against Vicente Luque. I picked Luque to absolutely wash him in that one, and Belal beat him on the feet, which was concerning for my boy Luque, and surprising to see Belal actually having hands. Before then, put on an absolute amazing win streak. Nico Price, Randy Brown, Tyron Woodley, Michael Chiesa. Lost to Stephen Thompson, but beat Mike Perry and put together a great win streak before then as well. Young Jalen Turner, Bryan Barberena. Beat Nico Price twice, actually. So, oh man, this one's tough. This one's tough because you're going against a guy who you don't know if he's going to have a start to decline in Dos Anjos, against a guy who's faced crazy health issues, who's been in equally or maybe even more actual wars as far as the stand-up wars go, but a guy who should win on paper. All right, what do I got here as far as my notes? If Vicente gets smoked, he should retire. If he is in fact healed enough, he should be able to grind out a victory in the 4th or 5th round. This is either going to end in the 4th or 5th round. And I think if it does, Vicente Luque will win. If it goes the distance, I don't think Rafael dos Anjos is going to have a good fifth round, hell, I don't think he's gonna have a good fourth round. But if he sends this to the judges, if Rafael dos Anjos goes the distance, I do think he's gonna win. I do think, though, he's going to slow down in the fourth and fifth round. I guarantee that, actually. And that's where, if Vicente Luque has gas left in the tank, that's where I think he will put dos Anjos out. I don't think a straight punch or one of Vicente's best strikes is going to put Rafael dos Anjos out in the first 3 rounds. I mean, I guess unless it lands cleanly on Edwards style, that aside. But you know what I mean? He's not going to put him out just with his striking in the first 3. I think dos Anjos has proven throughout his career that he is tough as nails and he can weather the storm. But in the fourth and fifth rounds, I mean, Father Time catches up to everybody. I don't think even at 170, Rafael dos Anjos will be that light on his feet, that technically clean in the fourth and fifth round. Dos Anjos, though, looked good against Fiziev until the later rounds. He's got a lot of miles on his body and not a lot of straight punch power. He does love to move a lot. He loves to have those shots, those hook shots on the outside. Luque, though, on the other hand, is very good at landing those straight shots. So Sanyo will bring a good pace, and he will pressure in the clinch. It's just, who's going to gas first? Luque's been out a while. Who's going to slow down first? And who can put each other out? Because if this goes the distance, it's whoever has the better gas tank who's going to win this one. And I do think that's probably going to be Vicente Luque. But I do think Rafael dos Anjos is going to put it on him early. Luque still has the power advantage. He's stronger. And he's bigger at 170. Knock on wood, he's healthy. Knock on wood, the ring rust hasn't affected him. I'm going with Luque as the underdog, locking it in. Like and subscribe, folks. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, both after the video is published and now, because we're hanging up the skates. I'm getting back to work. I gotta go right now. So let me quickly check out your thoughts here. Shorts don't give you any revenue. The live interacting with us is better. Noted. I got RDA's wrestling is good, but Luque has good subs. At least RDA doesn't really have the power. It's my pick too. Mullets equal L. Luque used to be my favorite. RDA has better cardio than Luque. But at 38 years old, does he have better cardio than Luque? That's the thing. RDA smashed Money Mocano. Money Mocano took that fight on 3 days' notice after eating steaks and drinking beers in Brazil. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining. That is it. Like I said, like and subscribe. Don't forget to join us later today for Bellator. I will get the link up in a couple hours. Shout out to Rigo. He joined us here. He's an absolute beauty. His content is awesome. Go subscribe to his channel. Let's get his channel to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the weekend. What's up, Sean? What's up, bro? Luque. I'm just hanging them up here, Sean, so go back and rewatch our predictions video. We're going to be doing them live here moving forward. Like and subscribe, folks. I got to run, but I will see you back here tonight for Bellator, BKFC, as well as Road to 1 FC. We'll keep tabs on Lux as well. Sorry, I gotta go, Volcan, guys. I know there's people just joining us right now, but I have to run. I gotta get back to work. The predictions video is over. Check it out, rewind the tape, and join us for Bellator tonight. Have a great night, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you all later. Thank you all for joining. You all are amazing. I appreciate you all. Like and subscribe, and I will see you on the live stream later tonight. Peace. Have a good one, guys. Enjoy your Friday.